Holy crap, we're back.
Hi there.
Hey, it's a special Friday afternoon edition.
Does it really matter when we do them?
Kinda. I
I
don't
know it
know.
helps you pass the time, but it's like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, it's Friday.
yeah, it's Friday. It's football Friday too. There's a Packer game tonight.
Yeah, but don't you have to have one of the streaming services to get it? Because it's like in what, freaking Brazil?
Yeah, yeah, you've got to have Peacock to watch the game tonight.
So I'm assuming a lot of people are signing up for a Peacock trial.
Yeah, I got lucky. I'm getting it for $2 a month since technically I'm a student now.
Oh,
Student
nice.
ID is
Milk
coming
that
in
shit for all
handy.
you can.
It's coming in handy for more than just picking up chicks and
I always
more.
think about the end of Blazing Saddles, when they kind of break the fourth wall and Harvey Korman's character is trying to get into the movie theater, and he's like, "Student," he's trying to use a student ID, and he's like, "Whatever."
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't tried that yet. I'm closer to probably to using the senior discount than I am the student discount at this point.
Oh, you got a ways to go.
I'm getting there. But
Oh, we all are.
we have a
So, when
topic.
your beard looks like this, and it's all gray and shit, then yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We
Well,
have it.
when all the hot 20-year-old waitresses look at you as a kindly grandfather type.
Oh God.
I mean, I can shave the beard
Yeah.
off and get rid of all the gray, but then they'll see all the waddles.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to keep the chin fat is the hardest to lose, I've learned. Head fat in general is difficult to lose.
Yeah, yeah.
A- Anyways, got a topic from the folks on Reddit. And actually, we're live on the old TikToks as well again.
Oh, Christ. All right.
We'll see how long it is before we get kicked off there this time.
All
But
right. Because I actually had a political topic, but we'll do yours first.
well, no, go ahead. What's your political topic? This could get
So the
scary.
president was in our region again. He's actually down at Westby.
At the ski
And
jump?
for what's that?
At the ski jump?
No, no, that would have been fucking cool. But no, it was the
Biden going
electric.
down the Westby ski jump?
If you're going to Westby along 27, there's like this huge um basically like field of freaking solar panels. And I
Oh,
think he
okay.
because I think the pictures I saw, he was speaking in front of those.
Yeah, they're talking about finally electrifying some areas of Wisconsin because is electricity still that hard to find here?
I don't know, but everyone's trying to go for your renewable stuff. They're looking for jobs in it, stuff like that.
I wouldn't be
But
surprised to find that some places around there still have outdoor plumbing.
yeah, especially with the Amish.
Anyways,
But so the thing that's always struck me, and Trump was here the week before,
yeah, and he's
and for whatever reason, lacrosse has been one of the go-to places for politicians, like big ones, to visit. And it started with Clinton. It was the exact day that the Monica Lewinsky story broke.
oh man.
And because I remember people holding up signs that said, "Show me the dress."
Well, where yeah,
And
where were you when Bill Clinton was actually testifying? Do you remember?
well, that was a
I do.
videotape thing. But I remember when Saturday Night Live did that bit where he got away with it. And the opening bit was, I think Phil Hartman was doing it then. He comes to the
Probably.
microphone. He's like, "I am bulletproof," and then walks away. And that was the open. And I'm like, wow, wow. But anyways, so he's been here. Gore was here. I don't remember. I think George W. Bush was here, but Obama made a couple trips here. And then
Yeah.
Trump's been here a couple times. And so I don't know if it's just because like lacrosse is cheap and it's picturesque. You got the bluffs and the river.
It's more of a blue collar town than Eau Claire is, you know.
Um, well, Eau Claire's got a lot more industry up there. I'd say they're more blue collar, although there's a lot of deep pockets up there around the lakes.
Yeah, and a lot of those people commute to, the cities to work.
Oh yeah, yeah. I
Just
I had that conversation with bosses about like, why can't you sell more high end wine up there? I'm like, because people that got money are used to spending money in the Twin Cities.
it's so much cheaper to live in Eau Claire than it is to live in Minneapolis though too. That I know a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
people.
there's this community right across the Mississippi River called Hudson. And that
Yep.
thing's been growing exponentially, and
Yeah,
it's all these people getting out of the metro.
it's almost hard to tell now where the suburbs of Minneapolis end and Wisconsin even begins. I mean,
Yeah,
there's such a long stretch, but it's just sprawl now. I was gonna say if I really want to date myself, I was when Clinton was testifying, they had it on every single TV in Target here in town. And I was in Target buying a VCR.
nice
Yeah, I was
for your
in
dorm room.
Yep, exactly. I was in
Nice.
there buying one for our dorm room, so I think it was so we could actually tape the Spice Channel.
Oh Jesus Christ!
That's something that a lot of people don't know about anymore either, is we had that weird it was a wireless cable. Like you just had an antenna, but you had like a decoder box that they put in your room, and for like 20 bucks a month you got cable, but it was over the air. And then for an extra 10 bucks a month at 10 o'clock at night, TNN, the whatever, or the country music channel turned into the Spice Channel. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so it got real quiet on the guys' floor around 10 o'clock every single night, with the exception of a lot of people going to mysteriously take showers late at night. So how are we gonna actually pull off
Nice.
a political episode? What do you have to
Well,
say?
that was basically it. Just talking about how politicians love to come here for some reason.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true. But you know what? This other topic is kind of short anyway, so why don't we
All
do that
right.
one? Why don't we do that one too? It came from Reddit. And the question was, what are things that women just do not understand about men? And for the TikTok
That we're
followers that are
stupid.
that, the followers that are watching right now, I know there's a few of them. Questions that you have. Um, what do you find, Todd, that women just don't seem to understand about men?
I always remember having girlfriends ask me sometimes laying in bed, "What are you thinking about?" I'm like, "Nothing."
That
They're
was
like,
mine.
how can you do that?" I'm like, "Cause my brain's running all day and now it's not, and it's nice." And it's like that meme, you see the girl looking over her shoulder at her boyfriend or hubby or whatever the fuck he is,
Yeah.
and she's like, I bet he's thinking about some other woman, and he's thinking about just something asinine like sports or a work problem or a plot hole in a movie or a TV show.
Yeah, in reality, we're a lot more basic than I think women give us credit for.
So that's the
Um,
problem with having two heads, because most of the time the other one's thinking for you, and the other one doesn't get to do a lot of thinking.
Not as much for me anymore as it used to. That was one of the things on here actually, is that one of the guys actually said one thing that women don't know about men is that we're actually not thinking about sex all the time, which was kind
Especially
of,
after the fact.
oh yeah, then we're thinking about our escape strategy.
Or sleeping, just going right to sleep.
Another one here says you go the majority of your life without positive attention or even a compliment, and we don't care. Was the next next comment?
Well, I mean, that's the thing with guys is, I remember Chris Rock had this bit about, you come home from work, you don't even get your foot in the door. She's going to tell you about her day and all this other shit. And it's just like, let me get my other fucking foot in the door. Let me take a shit and relax. Jesus.
Yeah,
And it's like, I mean, I understand it because, they want to share what's going on and, express things. But a lot of times guys, if they work a full-time job, they come home, they're whipped mentally and physically, and they just don't want to talk about nothing. They can just sit there and listen and nod their shit. But
The
It,
compliment thing is true to a point that I don't care if I ever get another compliment again for the rest of my life. Like I wouldn't bother
as long
me.
as they go insult free, that's nice.
Yeah, insults, you're used to those from your friends, but generally I could go without hearing them from like a boss.
Remember the last one? What the hell? She said, I had no ass and small fingers. And I'm like, you don't seem to mind when I'm double clicking your mouse for you.
No ass
And
and small fingers.
yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, what? I got normal sized fingers. I'm not a proctologist. I don't need NBA fingers that can go all the way around a ball and touch.
That's the
Stupid
proctology thing is
shit.
is not true though, because the last time I got one of those they call it the digital sweep, the exam, that dude had some gorilla mitts, I'm telling you. And he went at me
Well, I mean,
like
I
I
know guys that got like big bear paws, because they work with their hands.
yeah, but
And
he
you
went at me like I owed him money. And
okay.
that could be another thing is have you ever had the desire to have anything placed up there during happy fun time?
No, I'm more concerned about getting a few ounces of something else out.
See, I had a girlfriend that thought it would be a good idea and didn't really warn me ahead of time. And I kind of, it was just a reaction, just ended up tossing her more or less across the room. Um, and I'm not sure that to this day still feel real all that bad about it because if you're going that route, I think I at least deserve the courtesy of knowing, you know.
Well, I mean, same thing with the ladies. If you decide to use the back door unannounced, that ain't nice. Not unless there's like an already prearranged agreement, but most of the time there ain't.
Is it an accident as many times as women think it is?
What, say that again?
Have you ever got the wrong hole thing when that's actually what you were going for?
No, no. I had one gal, and she said she was into anal, but we never did it. And then the one time, I don't know, she was really worked up, and so she was riding on top of me, and she was really going to town, and she was really wet and slipped out, and then slammed her fucking pelvic bone right into my cock, and I was done. And then she jumped out to go get some lube because she decided she wanted anal. And I'm like, no, no, I'm done. We're shut down. We are done.
Sorry, folks, park's closed. Moose out front should have told you.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I'm like, God.
All right,
So anyways,
next
that's my story.
next comment here is guys actually feel a lot of pressure in dating as well. I don't I don't know that I feel a lot of pressure when I'm on a date.
Only nice guys doing. Real psychopaths don't give a shit. You're just a conquest. You're just a piece of meat.
That's true. That's true. I don't
I
know
mean,
that I feel a lot of pressure on a date. I feel more pressure that I'm never going to be on one ever again. That's
I,
more that's more
I
likely to me.
yeah, I haven't been on a date for so long. It's mostly because people have tried to fix me up, and the people they fix me up with, they're nice enough, but they're totally not me. And it just kind of dawned on me that my friends really don't know me that well. They just saw somebody single, somebody else single. Let's get them together. And I'm like,
Yeah,
what the fuck? Do a
this
little research.
this nightmare was not going to work for me, but I don't know, maybe you'll have a shot. All right, this next one came up like 10 times, and the TikTok people watching were talking about things that women don't really know about men. Just questions that they had. So the response is we can't read your mind. We really can't. We really get tired of trying, is basically what it says. I mean,
The thing,
there's cues and you get used to a person after you're with them for a while, but for the majority of the time, I don't want to even have to try. Just tell me. It's not hard.
you know, my experience over the years is you read the body language, not what they're actually saying. And, this doesn't fall into that category about like, your lips say no, but your body says yes. I'm not even going to go down
No.
that path.
Uh-uh.
I'm just
Nope.
talking about like other stuff in general. Where you got to
Yeah.
read body language, and you can kind of tell they may say they're into something, but they're actually not. Or I remember one time, like my girlfriend was pissed and moaning about her little sister, and so I made a crack about the little sister, and my girlfriend just tore me into assholes. Like, hey, you don't get to talk about her like that. I'm like, what the fuck? You just ripped her to pieces.
You're the one that called her a bitch, but I can't.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not really fair.
No, and I remember kind of there was this one girl we didn't date. We just kind of hook up every once in a while, and we'd be kind of making out on the couch. I kind of want to like progress things along, and she'd say no, so I'd pull back, and then she'd get mad at me. I'm like, what the fuck? What? You really need an instruction manual.
Yeah.
After a while, I kind of figured out. I don't know, it was some sort of game she played, where which makes me wonder what her young experiences were like when somebody told her no and they just kept pressing. So that's how
Yeah.
she regards how things work, is like, well, if I say no, then he's gonna want it even more. I'm like, no, a normal human being, it's like you say no, you back the fuck off.
Next comment. When asked what we want for dinner and we say that we don't care, we really do mean we don't care. I think
As long as it's edible.
this falls under the category again of a guy's generally going to tell you what he actually means. We don't drop, I don't think, nearly as many hints. Like if I tell you not to get me something for my birthday, or I don't care if you do, that means I don't care. If she tells me not to get her something for her birthday and I don't, I am a dead man. I have learned this the hard way. All right. Next one says guys are afraid of being rejected too. Okay.
Well, unless they're a sociopath.
Yeah, I think we covered
And they'd be
that.
like, well, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, I think we've covered that one.
Yeah.
Next one says, um, guys don't want to tell you their secrets.
With it,
No,
well,
that's why they're secrets. There's a lot of shit you don't want to know about me that there's some stuff I'm going to tell you right away just to see, just as a test, to see if you run away
well,
screaming at this
some
point.
women like to overshare.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't want to know things I liked about my ex, do you? No.
Well, I think that's the kind of secrets they're interested in. They want other stuff, more damning things.
Yeah, but have you ever done this before with your ex? I'm going to tell you no every goddamn time. The no. Nope, never tried it. Don't know if I like it. Let's find out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think guys in general have as many secrets though, really.
Oh, I don't know if I'd say that. There's some folks that have plenty of secrets.
Well, the locksmith should be here right now. He's got lots of secret stories of his
Him and his family are out at a trappers show looking for trapping gear.
Is he gone from making shine to trading furs now?
Not well, nice. He has lots of hobbies, and he's like does a little trapping. And so there's just some sort of show, and his kids are interested in going and seeing all the weird shit. And I talked to him before to discuss some other things, and he's like, "Yeah, there's some good deals here." I'm like, you go, buddy. You deserve it.
All right, next one. Their compliments are sincere and guys actually want to make you happy.
Normal guys, yes.
Psychopaths? No, we're noticing a trend here, huh? These
Yeah, I
quest-
mean,
these
if you got
questions
somebody that's gaslighting you, yeah,
these questions I think came from possibly some women that were treated really bad.
oh God, yeah, God,
That's
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
Unfortunately, that's our whole generation's group of single women right now. Is they believe the fallacy of the rom com movies,
But
and
you
like
know
I
that
could change him, I can make him a better man. He'll come around. It's like no, Once a douchebag, always a douchebag.
Yeah, I should add that to the list actually, because I don't think that's on there. But guys don't want to be a project at all, ever. I mean,
Unless it's a kind of
granted, Todd,
project.
I've seen your overalls so many times that maybe being a project would benefit you slightly.
Hey, I get compliments on these things.
What kind are they? Are they Oshkosh Bagosh?
No, it's shit. Who can afford those? They're Dickies.
Ah, yes, the Dickies. Solid
Although I
name.
usually get compliments from like boomer women, like my dad used to wear those when I was young. I'm like, great, great.
We
At least it's a
started.
pleasant memory as opposed to like my dad used to beat my ass when he used to wear his bibs.
Well, that happens
Yeah.
more often than you'd think. Let's see, what else have we got here? Oh, I got to move to the next page. As far as, the one thing that I was just thinking of is that saying, you hear people say like happy wife, happy life. I'm not sure they're totally wrong with that one.
Depends on the wife.
What you're into it, or if you're into angry women?
Well, it's just if you got a wife you can actually make happy. My uncle used to joke he had to have 2 jobs just to pay for her shopping habits.
Eh,
You know, she had a hole in her that could never be filled with earrings or trinkets or fancy outfits. You know, there was just never happy. And if you get a nice enough guy that tries to make you happy, fucking appreciate it.
all right, this one is
Same thing for the other way.
true.
You got a lady who's trying to make you happy, fucking appreciate it.
Yeah, that's true. I think there's
If they
again,
want you to suffer, run like hell.
yeah, this comment is kind of long. It says if you get into an argument with your
Go ahead and read it. I'm gonna go get a Red Bull.
if you get into an argument with your significant other and he walks away, let him go. He's just trying to avoid saying or doing something that will make you angry, or saying something that he would regret. Oh, you know, that's not a real bad statement. Um in the heat of the moment in a relationship, have you ever just said something that okay, you're caffeinating. In the heat of the moment in a relationship, have you ever said something and immediately gone, oh shit? Like,
Yeah, usually about their in-laws.
ooh, really?
Well, yeah, going back to the comment about the sister.
Yeah, I mean, do
Or the
what's
classic trap, does this make my butt look fat?
I've never been in a relationship where my parents didn't like her, but I've been in plenty of relationships where her parents definitely didn't like me.
But
So
why? You're such a dreamboat.
it's not fair. It really isn't. Like, and I didn't like them either. There are a couple that I thought were complete redneck turds, but she balanced that out, or she wasn't a complete redneck turd. So it's not
Well,
really
sometimes they
fair.
want, their kid to like marry up. That way they have a retirement plan.
I don't think that any dad, at least in the beginning, is ever going to be a fan of the guy that he knows is taking his daughter to Pound Town, though, either.
Yeah, although I'm assuming in his youth he took a lot of girls to Pound Town himself, and now it's just Murphy's Law. Now it's just karma balancing itself.
Oh, weird story.
Oh, good. That's why we're here.
You knew Brittany. Her mom,
Oh, you're actually saying her name out loud?
I don't give a shit anymore. Her
Okay,
her
fair enough.
oh, we just got the advisory thing on TikTok. Um um her
Okay.
mom and her mom's boyfriend were going at it in the room next to us after we stayed at their house. And the next morning, the boyfriend came out and asked me if I had had a good night too after had mentioned, yeah, it seemed like you were having some fun last night. He's like, oh, she was just giving me a massage. I'm like, bullshit. I've heard a massage before. And he's like, oh, I bet you had a good night too. And like, ew, that's weird.
There's probably whole chapters on Pornhub with that scenario.
Oh yeah, this what's with the whole stepmom? That's one of the most popular categories, I'm told.
Well, it's everything's always about taboo, and the
That's true.
whole borderline incest thing is a taboo. And with all the mixed families you have out there,
I don't
it's
know.
the whole nuclear family thing where mom and dad get married, just have one set of kids, raise them up, and that's it. That's pretty much over. Now everybody's divorced, and you talk to people and they have 4 different Christmases because they have to go to all the in-laws.
Yeah, I don't know. The stepmom, I guess I can get that. Stepdaughter, weird. Uh, I don't know. See back in my day, it was all about the babysitter,
Yeah, yeah, or the pizza delivery man or the plumber.
even though that was more or less a theme on, child enticement, as it would be referred to now. Anyway,
Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to do like a study of porn topics over the at least the 50 years, like the golden age of porn in the 70s, and like when they did the movies and the plots, now it's all gonzo porn. There is no plot, there is no story. They just get down to fucking. Plus, you have all the OnlyFans stuff that's leaking out into the normal porn channels that they were basically getting paid to use, but apparently nobody's paying for it, so they're just leaking out some free shit.
okay.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right, next one.
Hmm.
Whenever we ask a dumb question, what we are actually usually trying to find out is what the consequences will be.
Oh Christ! If you have to ask, you already know.
Yeah, but that's not. I guess you're trying to find out how pissed she's actually going to be if you request to do something stupid. Like maybe you
Vote her
want to,
sister.
yes, like, what do you think about a three-way?
Well, you familiar with that bit where they get like a free pass for somebody famous?
Oh God, yeah, I've been in that trap before, and then we could never watch any of her movies ever again.
It's like, I bet you want to fuck her. I'm like, if the opportunity arose, but
Hey, you asked. Don't
well,
ask.
what's funny is occasionally they'll interview like somebody famous and they'll tell stories of somebody will come up to them like randomly in a restaurant or a bar and they're like, you're my free pass person.
Oh
And I
God.
think it was James McAvoy was telling that story. And he's
Who's
just like, oh, okay, well, I'm happily married. Goodbye.
who's your
And it's
who's
like,
your free pass person?
what, me?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, I
besides
don't have
anyone right
anyone to,
now since you're single, but
yeah, as I say, I don't have anybody to give me a free pass. So I don't fucking know. Let's see, who would be an interesting movie star to have intercourse with? Hmm.
mine consistently goes back to Heather Graham and my
Oh,
fantasies
sweet Jesus.
of Roller Girl. I don't know, something about her.
Maybe Jennifer Love Hewitt in her prime. Um, you know, I'd have to dig out my old Maxim magazines and see who was a real baller back then.
Oh, the
Right
Maxim
now, I mean, I don't know who all these little starlets are.
the one I remember from Maxim back in the day was the one from how that 70s show, the
Oh, the
redhead.
redhead.
Yeah.
Oh, Laura Prepon. Yeah.
Yeah. When she did that one, that magazine got like bent up and just absolutely destroyed. That
What the
one,
hell? Remember Charisma Carpenter from Buffy and Angel?
I've never seen either one of those shows.
Okay, she's this gorgeous brunette. And this is back when she was on that show, and she did this photo spread for is either for Him magazine, FHM, or Stuff magazine. They're all derivatives of Maxim, and that was one of the hottest things I'd ever seen. And I'm like, holy shit balls!
I'd have to do
What
some
is
Googling
what's
while I'm
that?
here. I'd have to do some Googling and some Googling, if you know what I'm
Yes,
saying.
Charisma
Know what
Carpenter.
know what I'm saying. Anyway,
Yep, I got you. I understand.
one last one on here that I think is funny is we are dumber than you think we are. Don't drop hints.
Oh yeah, totally.
That is that's solid. That actually might be the best one on the list. Like 99% of the time, since you control the supply and demand of the things that we want,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to drop a hint. Just tell us. I mean,
I know, but I think most women want to know that their guy's somewhat intelligent, so they'll throw those little hints out there to see if he can get them.
no matter how dumb you think we are, could be the smartest, we could be talking about Anthony Fauci or an Einstein. He's at least 10% dumber than you think he is. At least
Well, a
this
lot of
10.
times it's not intelligence; it's just you're kind of myopic because I see that with like customers and staff and other people is they got blinders on. They can only see a certain direction. So if you're making little hints and throwing little clues where the blinders are, yeah, they're not going to get it. You got to put it right in front of them.
Ooh, there's one more on here.
All
This
right.
this one's a pet peeve. Um, it says, just because I'm not touching you in bed does not mean I don't love you. Get your goddamn cold feet off of me.
Oh, jeez.
And the other one says, get your hot legs off of me. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still trained to only sleep on the same 6 inches of space that I've always slept on when I've been in a relationship. Going
You
back to
know,
when I had a twin bed and I slept with one arm planted on the floor. But
I'd say having separate bedrooms has probably saved a lot of marriages.
I have to agree, and I don't one night with me snoring, and she's gonna insist on it anyway.
Snoring, farting, carrying on, all kinds of stuff.
Granted, I don't know if you still snore like you did when we were on the roof after you had your adenoid things removed,
Well,
but
I got a
Jesus,
CPAP machine now, so there's no
Jesus H
snoring.
Christ, I've never heard anybody sound like it sounded like you were back in the chair with your head all the way back, and it just sounded like you were raging at the sky with your eyes closed. Just like
Yeah. Yeah. I've been hearing that for years. I heard that from college roommates, heard that from girlfriends. And it was Buckets of Piss Girls, the one that talked me into getting it checked out. And so that's when I had the tonsils taken out to help it, which didn't help it at all. But then that's also when I started dating the blonde. And
movie
that's when
theater
she
girl.
would bring me soup and stuff. That's where the relationship sort of blossomed.
Uh yeah, I know I snore terribly. It's worse after beer or when I used to smoke that it got really bad and I was much fatter. But yeah, well, I think that's a good investment in your relationship is just having that option. Have you ever been in a bed with a girl that wasn't a bed hog though? I don't know if they consider it a right that when they're in your
I
bed, you give up all the space that you have, and then she allows you to have that 6 inches, even if it's your bed.
It's been so long I couldn't tell you. I mean, I remember with the last one wasn't so much an issue, but now I'm such a violent sleeper. The other day I woke up, I was actually like perpendicular to where I started. I'm like, how the fuck did I get over here?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's been going on with me lately, but I sleep with a 40-pound weighted blanket just so I don't flop around as much, and I toss off everything underneath that, and
I bet you do.
I've been tearing off my I've been tearing off my
No.
I've been tearing off my pillowcases again lately and chucking them across the room. When I had a CPAP machine, I must have hated that thing so much in my sleep that I actually chucked the whole machine across the room a couple of times. So I'm now the proud owner of I think 2 or 3 CPAP machines that I'm still making payments on.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
Yeah.
They help once you get used to them.
Yeah, you know what? that how do you whip that thing out the first time you're with a girl? Like, all right, we just had a great night. I'm just gonna strap up and
Well, it depends if she's staying overnight.
it's not sexy at all. It really
No,
isn't.
it's not. It looks like something from the fucking Alien movie.
Yeah, it
Got the
looks like
curse
something
cover on
strapped
it.
itself to your face, unless you go like full fighter pilot, and then you kind of get a little Tom Cruise.
Well, the ones I got now are referred to as the air pillows.
Yeah, the
And
nose things.
yeah, it just this kind of goes up on your nose like a snorkel, and he's got the head strap on. It's not like the full on face thing or just the nose thing like for laughing gas. And
Yeah,
that seems to work good.
the one that I was talking to recently that I thought things might actually something might come of it, but I think she must have sea capped me and then disappeared.
Probably,
Um,
probably.
she said she had a CPAP machine. I'm like, damn, all right, this could work. Maybe I'll break mine out. We'll both have like a seat. We'll switch masks. Or there's also I've this is a really rude thing that I've wanted to do to somebody at least once. I want to fart in their tube.
Oh my God. I'm not going to ask what's wrong with you because I already know, but Jesus Christ, Mikey, come on.
Can you imagine the flailing?
That's beyond a Dutch oven. I mean, that's a more specialized.
Yeah, you really
Wow.
you have to earn that one.
Wow. Jesus, Mikey.
If you go that far, there's no coming back.
Nah, nah.
You're like,
That's,
babe, did you shit your pants? Oh God.
if she doesn't leave you and just laughs it off, that's a keeper. That is a keeper. Because if she puts up with your stupid fucking sense of humor and thinks it's funny, that's a keeper.